The film begins with George, a covert government agent, on the hunt for a dangerous individual. His team secures the perimeter while he and a few other agents enter a building. Inside, they encounter Joseph, who is working as a janitor. George reveals his government affiliation and asks Joseph to come with them. Realizing who they are, Joseph throws his broom at them and flees. The team corners him in a storage unit, but Joseph uses his special abilities to leap from the floor and escape through the roof. The agents chase him, eventually cornering him on the rooftop. They subdue him with a specialized taser that knocks him out and administer a serum to neutralize his powers before transporting him to a secret facility. At the facility, George meets Captain Williams, the leader of the program. Williams explains that genetically enhanced individuals are highly dangerous and have committed murders, which is why George joined the program. However, Joseph fled when confronted. Williams warns George that these enhanced individuals can be deceitful and advises caution. He also mentions that one of these enhanced beings has been killing others of their kind, though the perpetrator remains unknown. The powers used in these killings match those of an enhanced person. Meanwhile, across the city, another enhanced individual, Anna, works in a car garage. She assists Danny, who is helping her obtain a fake passport to escape to China and avoid detection by the government. The next day, Danny is visited by Marco and his men, who have previously struck a deal with him for an ID. However, Marco demands more money than agreed. Danny protests, saying he doesn't have the funds, prompting Marco to order his men to capture and beat him. Seeing this, Anna becomes enraged and uses her powers to incapacitate Marco's men. Unfortunately, a stray bullet meant for Anna hits Danny, critically wounding him. Anna calls the police, grabs her passport, and flees. George's team intercepts the call and determines that an enhanced individual is involved. They track her using a specialized watch that detects the signals emitted by enhanced people. Anna, desperate for supplies, is approached by a man claiming to offer help. Distrustful, she uses her powers to push him away and steals a truck. As she drives away, George and Scott pursue her on the highway. Realizing she's being followed, Anna changes direction, driving into a farm field to evade them. George instructs his team to converge on Anna's location and track her with a drone. Suddenly, a burst of energy disrupts all electronic devices, including her truck. With their devices offline, George's team surrounds her. George commands Anna to exit the truck with her hands up, and she complies. Scott searches the truck, finding her passport. George interrogates Anna, asking why she was heading to China and why she allegedly killed Danny. Anna explains that she tried to help Danny and insists she didn't kill him, but George remains skeptical. George's team begins to subdue Anna with tasers linked to power surge devices on their watches. In response, Anna creates a force field to repel them and escapes. She takes refuge in a small cabin, but George tracks her down. Anna ambushes George and overpowers him, but he retaliates with a flash grenade, temporarily blinding her, and tases her. As he prepares to inject her with a serum, another enhanced individual, David, knocks George out from behind. David then transports Anna and George to a secure location, where he ties up George. Anna recognizes David as the person who previously broke into the facility and helped an enhanced individual escape. David wakes George and demands information about the location of the captured enhanced individuals. When George refuses to cooperate, David threatens to kill him. Just as David is about to act, Anna intervenes, pleading for more time. David agrees to give them until morning and leaves. Anna questions George about why he was pursuing her. George explains that she's considered a dangerous killer and cites her file, which details numerous killings, including her parents and therapists. Anna clarifies that she was taken from her parents at the age of 4 and has no memory of them. She reveals that a government organization called SOSA experimented on her and trained her to be an assassin, threatening severe punishment or death if she refused orders. She also explains that her therapist was executed for humanizing her by using her name instead of her assigned number. Though George is skeptical, he acknowledges that he may not have been told the full truth about the program. The next morning, George's team tracks Anna's signal. Suddenly, their watches start emitting alerts, indicating an alpha type in the area. Scott, who had been informed that there were no alpha humans, dismisses it as a malfunction, until he encounters David face to face. The team attempts to confront David, but he easily dispatches them. Scott manages to surprise David with a taser and injects him with a power-disabling serum, but David remains unaffected. He eliminates everyone except Scott, who escapes and returns to HQ. Meanwhile, George pleads with Anna to release him and warns her that David is dangerous and may be killing his own kind. Anna doesn't believe him. Joseph, now armed with a red blinking device, attacks Anna. As they fight, George frees himself and injects Joseph with the serum. George is stunned to see Joseph, as he was supposed to be eliminated after capture. Anna explains that the red blinking device is a reprogramming tool used to control enhanced individuals without their consent. She reveals that the government uses the enhanced as weapons and that everything George was told about the program was a lie. Believing Anna, George decides to help her escape. The two flee and eventually reach a main road. They are approached by the man who had earlier tried to help Anna. He offers them a ride in his car and drives them to his home. He introduces himself as Eli and also introduces an enhanced individual named Lou who lives with him. Eli reveals that he used to work for SYSA as an analyst and was unaware of their experiments on people until David attacked the facility and Lou saved him. Eli explains that the company was developing a super serum and had managed to breach another dimension with infinite energy and no entropy. To harness this energy, they needed the source, David. Eli discloses that David is not human but an interdimensional being composed of pure energy. In his dimension, David doesn't age or die due to the lack of entropy. However, when the company absorbed some of his energy and injected it into humans, David lost his ability to return to his dimension. Desperate to go back, David has been tracking enhanced individuals to reclaim their powers, which results in their deaths. Once he regains full power, he intends to open a portal to his dimension and return. Eli has been trying to find a way to stop David, but David grows stronger with each enhanced person he kills. The only solution now is to weaken David so he can't regenerate and then kill him. George decides to return to headquarters to warn everyone, believing that their weapons might be able to stop David. However, just as he is about to leave, David arrives at the door. Eli instructs George and Anna to escape through the back door while he and Lou stay behind to confront David. They manage to restrain David briefly, but his power proves too much, and he kills them both. David then intercepts George and Anna as they attempt to flee in a car. He shatters the car door, throws Anna aside, and drops a container on her. David begins to reclaim his powers, but George intervenes, offering to take him to the location of the captured enhanced individuals in exchange for sparing Anna. David agrees and they drive to HQ. Meanwhile, Anna, trapped under the container, summons all her strength to escape and heads toward the headquarters. As they drive, George asks David about his goal. David explains that this dimension is deteriorating him, and he despises the universe's particles, expressing disdain for human existence. While David is distracted, George pushes him out of the car and rushes to HQ. However, he is stopped and arrested by guards. At HQ, he's brought before Captain Williams and Scott and explains David's intentions. Williams is skeptical and reveals several reprogrammed enhanced individuals, planning to use them against David. Despite George's warnings that David will grow stronger by absorbing enhanced powers, Williams dismisses him and locks him in prison. An alarm sounds and the security feed shows David overpowering and killing all the guards. Williams sends the enhanced individuals to confront David, but David easily defeats them and absorbs their powers. He makes his way to the room where Williams and Scott are, killing Williams instantly. David then turns to George and threatens that Anna will suffer because of him. Anna appears behind David and a fierce battle ensues. During the fight, George escapes from his cell by shooting down the door. David, now much stronger, beats Anna severely and prepares to finish her off. George activates the emergency button, releasing a gas that disables all powers. With David weakened, Anna gains the upper hand and defeats him. She picks up a gun and David pleads for his life. Anna hesitates, but George takes the gun and shoots David. 4 months later, George and Anna reunite. Anna has settled into a simple life as a mechanic. George gives her a list of names of enhanced individuals, suggesting she helped them lead normal lives. The film ends with another enhanced being living a regular life. He answers a doorbell to find David standing there, claiming to have something that belongs to him. The screen then fades to black.